is Darren.
I distinctly heard something jingle.
Oh, did you now?
I heard it again. So did I.
Never mind, Endora. It's probably just the rattling of someone's adolescent mentality.
Darren, you said you'd apologize.
Oh, and I will, sweetheart. From now on, no more Mr. Nice Guy. That's it. You've asked for it.
Darren.
Now, Sam, it's time your mother and I had this out. You victimized me for the last time.
Be careful, Tinkerbell.
You'll do what? Huh? You'll do what?
Darren.
Oh, you heard a jingle, huh? Well, would you like to see it? Well, I have it right here. How's that? And that's not all. How about this? How do you like that?
You want a musical critique?
You're never gonna laugh at me again. Yagga-Zoozie, Yagga-Zoozie, Yagga-Zoozie.
Darren, what are you doing? You said that...
Don't try to stop me, Sam. She's been asking for this for a long time. Zuma-Zoozie, Zuma-Zoozie, Zuma-Zoozie.
Mother, have you been asking for that? Oh, but I rather like it. It swings.
Zoozie, high! Zizzy! Zuma! Hooga! Hits!
Darren, what's wrong?
You're supposed to vanish.
I don't want to vanish. I want to stay and see what you're going to do for your next number.
Listen to him. I just shouldn't have listened to him. I should never have listened to him.
Something's terribly wrong. Darren?
And he went for it all the way.
Uncle Arthur, did you have something to do with the way Darren acted?
Best joke I ever pulled. Honey magic spell. Zuma Hooga Pits. With cowbells. Did that break you out?
Hey guys, Total Control 871. Yeah, so that is definitely one of my absolute favorite Bewitched moments. And I can't get it out of my head concerning the fake pandemic. And of course, there's just that much more rich irony to the fact that it is a family gathering that's happening there. Endora, Uncle Arthur, Sam and Darren. We see how Darren made an absolute fool of himself because he believed Uncle Arthur and his shenanigans when he told him that he could teach a mortal a spell how to do witchcraft so that he could play on the same playing field as Endora. And of course, he made an absolute fool of himself. Our character, Darren Stevens, is a white, educated male. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the series, they even mentioned that he graduated cum laude. So, well-educated. You would think that a person of his credential, his breeding, that he wouldn't fall victim to a con job. And yet, that's exactly what happens all too often to not just simply his demographic. A lot of people fall victim to con jobs. Rather than me prattle on, come on, let's have a look-see at what the CDC wants you to do for your Thanksgiving celebration. I'm going to warn you now. You might as well as bring cowbells and a kazoo. Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. because the shit they're talking is some pretty wacky shit. Let's take a look. Okay. It's a good looking bird. New York. Why am I surprised? New York. The CDC posted its most specific, and they aren't lying. It is pretty specific. Its most specific guidance yet on Thanksgiving Monday, which emphasizes that the safest option for the holiday is celebrating all by yourself. Pretty much. I mean, they don't exactly say that, but quite frankly, and a lot of people do live by themselves and they flock over to family members. And of course, our CDC doesn't give a shit about your mental health. It is very much indeed their desire to see you live a solitary, isolated life needlessly with no real scientific reason as to why. Our CDC Thanksgiving Monday, which emphasizes the safest option for the holiday is to celebrate with people only in your household. And frankly, if that's only you, well, then you're condemned to isolation, suicidal depression, and loneliness. Let's see. A holiday is celebrated with only people in your household. Or, okay, we've got an or. We've got an or. I'm smacking on halls here, so hopefully the winter air is getting drier, so it aggravates the windpipe a little bit more. So I do apologize. We've got an or here. Or, although the or is where Uncle Arthur comes in. Or taking extra precautions. Cowbell, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Extra precautions like wearing masks and keeping your distance. Remember now, this is inside of a normal home. I get it. Not everybody's home is as small as mine, but as I'm reading this, I want you to envision this happening in your home, okay? Keeping your distance if you do celebrate with others. Oh, okay. A safe Thanksgiving during a pandemic is possible, but health experts, those people who are hired to create and curate over the Silicon Valley echo chamber, but health experts know their advice is as tough to swallow as dry turkey. Stay home, don't travel, live in loneliness. Pick up the razor blade if it talks to you. What can I say? It's better to die than just simply live like a normal human being, apparently. That's what it translates to me. I'm not telling you that. That's just what it translates to me in my head. So I'm just sharing my own feelings with you. Okay. Traditional Thanksgiving gatherings with family and friends are fun, but can increase the chances of spreading the fake pandemic or the flu. Did you see what just happened there? Okay. COVID or a flu. Do you see what they're doing? Their fake pandemic is so weak that they have to hitch it to the flu. So they're dovetailing it with the flu. They want you to start thinking of annual flu symptoms as being COVID flu symptoms. They want you to think of this, to start thinking of these two things as the same thing, even though for the past year they've drilled it into everyone's head that they're different and how dare you. Basically a type of COVID blasphemy. To equate COVID with the flu. How dare you? And this is their words now. Their words. But now all of a sudden that COVID has been on full life support, meaning that over the summer, all they could ever talk about were cases positive. And of course, that's all RNA fragment PCR cycled. Hello. You know that vaccine that they're coming out with, the Pfizer vaccine, it uses RNA, right? Okay. It uses RNA rather than the virus. It could literally be said that once you've been injected with this RNA, you're going to test positive, so they can continue. So with every vaccination, they're eliciting another false positive. Okay, so COVID-19 or the flu. Well, are you now saying, this is what you're communicating to people, that the regular flu is reason to live in isolation, to mummify your face, to suffocate, to obstruct your airway for the same seasonal flu that we've lived with our entire lives. They want you to think COVID and flu are the same thing. Everything is changing now. Again, just like the way Uncle Arthur hacked Darren's mind. Even Darren, if you see the whole episode, even Darren scoffed at the idea of him learning a magical spell. So he knew, but Uncle Arthur kept persisting. Okay? And sooner or later, he hacked Darren's mind. Okay? Even though you see, when you read this thing, there are an amalgamation of people out there that are living with this fake pandemic. Some of them are wholehearted, branch Covidian, wholehearted believers. Some of them probably are just simply economic opportunists. Hey, man, you're giving out the unemployment fast and free. Hey, I'm on board. I don't care. Others they probably do understand, like I do, that it's bullshit. But, we'll just go along and humor it. Okay, that they're humoring the fake pandemic, much like I do. I humor it as much as I can. I'm waiting to see that particular demographic of people finally have it up to here with the ridiculous demands that are about to start rolling out, okay? With a fall surge in coronavirus infections, hospitals empty. Gripping the U.S., many Americans are foregoing traveling and getting creative with celebrations. Safest way to celebrate Thanksgiving this year is to celebrate with people in your household, the agency said. If you do plan to spend Thanksgiving with people outside your household, take steps to make your celebrations safer. Oh, really? In recent weeks, and the weather was cooled down, public health officials have said they're concerned small gatherings, okay, were fueling the number of cases. The new guidance points out that even with friends and family, precautions need to be taken to prevent the holiday from adding to the trend of increasing cases. Okay? And remember, our pundit in our last video said that political rallies are perfectly safe. But apparently your Thanksgiving dinner is a death sentence. Aha, I see. CDC says to make Thanksgiving safer, if you are with friends and family outside your household, you should wear a well-fitted mask. So they want to make sure that this mask is adhered to your face, suffocating you, muffling your words. You're going to have to start shouting indoors because, of course, now people have to stand, as it says here in our article, keep 6 feet away. And so people are going to have their faces mummified and shouting, I said the turkey's good. The turkey's good. That is, of course, when you quickly pull down your mask and take a bite and pull it back up again. So that you can stay safe. It's all for your own good. You just don't realize that right now. Okay. The agency also recommends Yagga-Zoozie, 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 zim, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, woo! The agency recommends bringing your own plate, cups, and utensils. Store your mask safely while eating. Avoid going in and out of the kitchen while food is being prepared and using single-use options for condiments and food containers. Hold on, wait a minute. Governor Murphy's making that illegal. The single-use utensils and cups and containers. No, oh my God. Oh, what are we going to do? The deep state radical left, they're tripping over their agenda. So now all of a sudden we need these single-use containers, but hey, whatever. What is this now? Hosts can plan the meal outdoors. Outdoors. Who wants to have their Thanksgiving dinner outdoors? Outdoors with a limited group, or open your windows. If dining indoors, talk with guests about expectations beforehand, sanitize surfaces, or even consider having guests bring their own food or drink. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't it also been sold to us that this is an airborne thing? Once again, they're flip-flopping. So now all of a sudden, it's the surfaces, it's the tables, it's the containers, it's your utensils. Bring your own plate, bring your own everything, bring your own food. What they're trying to say is just stay home. Just stay home because people are testing positive with fragmented RNA that we cycle so many times that it creates a positive. And if you think that I am wrong about that, well, then I am eagerly waiting for why so many of these tens of millions of alleged positive cases never get sick. This isn't just simply asymptomatic. Asymptomatic is gone. You can stop talking asymptomatic. There is no asymptomatic. We can put that word to bed. Okay? You're not sick and you never were. Okay? Not sick and never were. I'll finish up the article here, and then I'll go to my talking point. If you're traveling, the guidance emphasizes checking travel restrictions, getting your there it is, flu shot. Once again, the entire fake pandemic outs itself. It's what it's always been about. Repackaging that failed flu shot. Okay? Now remember, Pfizer's claiming that this flu shot has 90% effective, right up there with chicken pox and polio and smallpox. And yeah, last time I checked, those vaccines don't have to be repeated for the rest of your life. Okay, so you cannot claim 90% effectiveness. You sit there, you claim 90%. Oh, but we don't really know how long that's going to last. And guess what? It means that the shit never worked to begin with. This is why I tell you that the thing is being pushed. It has all the hallmarks of a late night infomercial supplement. Diet pills that never work. Hair growth tonics and all this snake oil shit that never works. And yet your dumbass is right there buying it. Every single year, you're right there with cash in hand, ready to believe in the con. Okay? You're like the person that is constantly the late night, the Susie Ormans, the get rich quicks, the what's his name? Is it Tim Robbins or not Tim Robbins? Tony something or another? Tony Robbins, yeah. All of these people who preach, they're like preachers. Prosperity preachers. And then you do have prosperity preachers in churches and things like that. Your mind just keeps getting hacked again and again and again. And frankly, you're addicted to getting hacked. That's what the problem is. You like it. because they're offering you a feel-good prospect of hope, of change, of something new. And you're addicted to it. You're anxious to believe. You want to put faith in that person and that person's product. Okay? These people want to give you something that they claim is almost 100% effective, yet apparently has to be repeated every single year. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the flu shot. You know, as I sit there and I give a lot of thought, because I was giving a lot of thought to my episode today, because as I was reading this, and that's what brought the whole Uncle Arthur thing to mind, and that's why I shared it with you. It was just so hysterical. The whole fake pandemic, it makes me want to laugh. It makes me want to cry. It scares the hell out of me. And when I say that, not scared of a virus, I'm scared of the civil rights that are on the line here. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of the fear-mongering that is surging. I'm scared of just of coming to terms with just how many weak-minded people there are out there. You know, like I said in the last video, I don't want to sound condescending or patronizing or what the case may be, but oh my God. There are so many people out there whose minds are just defenseless sheep, just waiting to get hacked. Just defenseless minds. No defense barrier. No, what is it? I believe it's amygdala, lizard brain, middle brain, whatever it is you want to call it. Okay. No amygdala whatsoever. All a person has to do is take something, dress it up, make it sound fairly reasonable, and you're right there to believe in it. Right there to believe in it. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Hold on, one more article that I wanted to share with you.
Effective this Thursday, November 12th. All restaurants, bars, clubs, and lounges that serve food and drink must close their indoor premises for business by 10 p.m. each day and cannot open again until 5 a.m. the following day. Outdoor dining may continue past 10 p.m. as can takeout or delivery services. This time restriction for indoor dining also includes our casinos. However, their gaming operations may continue around the clock.
Yagga-Zoozie, Yagga-Zoozie, Yagga-Zoozie.
Outdoor dining may continue past 10 p.m. as can takeout or delivery services. This time restriction for indoor dining also includes our casinos. However, their gaming operations may continue around the clock.
Zuma-Zoozie, Zuma-Zoozie, Zuma-Zoozie.
This time restriction for indoor dining also includes our casinos. However, their gaming operations may continue around the clock. But after 10 p.m., no food or drink will be available to anyone inside the casino. Additionally, as we have found evidence suggesting an increase of spread to patrons seated at bars and among bartenders, effective Thursday, all bar-side seating will be prohibited at all hours.
Mother, have you been asking for that?
Oh, but I rather like it. It swings.
Zoozie, high! Zizzy! Zuma! Hooga! Hits!
Zuma, Hooga, Pits. Have you been asking for that? Dora says, no, but it kind of swings. People, I'm telling you, the entire scam, it is, you have to laugh to keep from crying. It is that far-fetched. It is that outrageous. Did you follow along with what I just played for you? Apparently, coronavirus is now punching a time clock. I guess it clocks in at 10 o'clock to infect people? Between 10 and 5, I don't know. I guess coronavirus is on the city payroll now. I guess it rolls over and punches a fucking time clock, huh? And apparently, what is this now? Frankly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this business about people being exposed. Because there was a press conference that Murphy did, something about bartenders testing positive, and of course the whole positive thing's a scam. But put it like this: are bartenders in hospitals? No. Apparently, Murphy found some quack to cook up some sort of doctrine that says it was something about. You'd have to hear it. It's some wacky Yagga-Zoozie shit. The conveyance of airflow, the way the air flows from this way to that way, that therefore the virus is spreading. And of course, the virus is spreading. I'm curious. Do we have to bring our own plates and knives and fork to a restaurant, or is that only for Thanksgiving? I'm confused. You don't have to bring your utensils and cups and plates and knives and fork. And hell yeah, I guess the CDC wants you to bring your own food to the restaurant. Huh? Why is it such a difference just because it's a holiday? And of course, don't even get me started on the fact that apparently coronavirus now respects gamblers. Okay? The kitchen's closed, but you can gamble your motherfucking brains out 24/7. Oh yes, baby. The state will fuck up your income. They'll fuck up your revenue stream. Oh no, sir. You will not stop the motherfucking Casino Control Commission. Oh no, baby. That motherfucker's gonna roll forward unencumbered. Right? Right, Murphy? Isn't that what this is all about? You protect your money, but fuck everybody else's. I see. Because apparently, if you order dinner, then coronavirus will attack. But if you slide another $100 bill into Phil Murphy's slot machine and, gamble away your hard-earned wages, then apparently that's okay for Governor Murphy. Coronavirus respects your gambling. Yagga-Zoozie, 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 Zim. Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Wah! Yagga-Zoozie. But I guess I'm supposed to be the conspiracy theorist, huh? I was going to show it to you guys. I'll get the form later, maybe. I got in the mail from my insurance company. Teledoc, telemedicine bullshit. Mental health. Get a shrink on the line. What a joke. I could just imagine in the brochure they show an older white man. Talk about, I thought you guys were so liberal. So when you want to, because you're selling a new concept of health services, okay? And to do this, you send a stereotype of an educated older white male to pilot your program, huh? They pilot your program, but of course, kind of like a lot of the commercials that we see for home renovation and this, that, and the other. It's a bunch of white dudes in the commercial, but who actually shows up at your home? It's low skill, low wage minorities. And that's exactly who's going to be on the other end of your telephone call with your, teleshrink. But my point in ranting about all that, my point about the whole thing was that I am going to call them, believe it or not. They'll probably hang up on me. I'm going to call them, and I want to talk to them in the context of a proxy. I'm not your patient. The fake pandemic is your patient. I mean, clearly with inconsistencies that have been rolling out of our fake pandemic, since I know I started noticing the inconsistencies around March. That's when things just kind of began to come unhinged, unglued. You've been saying incubation period, prolonged, and it never happened. Okay, all talk and nothing ever happened, And then, of course, you cook up your excuses. And that's kind of what I wanted to call this teledoc for, is like our Terminator scene, our scene in Terminator where the shrink walks the delusional through their delusion, to try and get them to acknowledge it. Also, in addition, I I know there are a ton of conspiracies about Bill Gates out there. You probably haven't heard me speak at all about Bill Gates. He does own, let's just say what it is. Bill Gates owns the World Health Organization. That's very much indeed the truth. And from what, I won't get into the whole as to how I know, but a lot of wealthy white men have some pretty serious psychological issues. OCD. A lot of white men have a lot of OCD issues. That coupled with the fact of, how do I say this? Trending food diets. There are a few jokes out there that comedians tell that are in stand-up routines, or you'll see it in the scripts of sitcoms or movies or whatever. There's always somebody trying to shove their diet down your throat, my Republican buddy, Republican wife, she was talking to me back when I used to rent with them. Something about the kid. The kid is what is it now? Has a wheat allergy or wheat or gluten or whatever it was. Some sort of a so-called allergy. Now, I just simply give her the acknowledgement look. Oh, okay, I do that. I don't challenge her. Hey, it's your kid. You raise them as best you know how. Doesn't eat red meat, begrudgingly allows poultry. But anyway, the point is that I seriously doubt the kid actually has celiacs or some sort of gluten allergy. It's just simply trending to abstain from these types of foods. To say that you're allergic to something means that you have an anaphylactic reaction to it. Okay, it's fine if you want to say that you don't like those foods or don't feel that those foods are healthy for you. That's fine, you can say that. But you're not allergic to them. You can consume them unless you do have a biological reason as to why you can't. And of course the kid could anyway. But getting back to my point, I feel that Bill Gates, rather than me prattle on forever about my thoughts on Bill Gates, I think Bill Gates is basically in very much indeed a classic transference, mental disorder fashion. I believe he has OCD. I believe he has, your Howie Mandel type, don't touch, don't. I want to be behind. I believe that if a person like me, a black person off the streets, were to ever come up to him, even before the before the fake pandemic, I believe he probably would have a mild to moderate panic attack. I believe that he is just simply sealed in his own hermetic tech world, kind of like a computer lab that's very sterile and no static charge. And I think you guys get what I'm saying. I do believe that Bill Gates is completely disconnected from the world, and he wants you to be disconnected, connected only through his computer brain. The computer brain that he and all the rest of Silicon Valley are having. Any kind of interactive thoughts that you're going to have with each other, it's going to go through their various platforms, through their processors. It'll be controlled, quantified, and regulated. Okay? They're going to be the ones to tell you what is right and what is wrong. Let's take a quick look at that if we can. I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to full screen. The phone's getting real choppy. Okay, Parler. New social media platform with no fact-checking rises in popularity. Oh my God! That's right. Oh my God. There's a new site out that has yet, anyway, for the deep state radical left narrative. This entire news article is basically the equivalent of the Borg, I'm using a Star Trek analogy, of the Borg pounding on your shields to penetrate your shields, to board your vessel and start forcibly converting all of your people to Borg. Okay, remember, the Borg they're not looking to kill you. They don't want to kill you. They want to, for your own good, force you to adopt their way of life. Here we have our alt left, and I'm going to read this for you because this is some really rich shit. This type of psychological manipulation that they try to pull off in this story, it's some shit. Let's see here. Parler is the latest social media platform to gain traction, surging to the #1 spot on Apple's free download list this weekend. The company, based in Henderson, Nevada, launched in 2018, now has more than 2.8 million users, according to the Washington Post. CEO founder John Matzi, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Mazi, is the T silent? I don't know. Has touted it has a contrast to Facebook and Twitter, which have started fact-checking and flagging posts for misinformation. You can make of that what you will, what Facebook and Twitter are doing, because frankly, the real general consensus is that it's just simply censorship gone wild, a massive overreach. Twitter flagged Trump's at least 3 times in a 24-hour span, saying his claims about the election fraud are disputed. To me, that does not sound like censorship as much as being cautious. Okay, so now we're splicing words. We're revamping words. We're going to not use the word censorship, but we're going to use the word cautious about who's using their social media platform, social media, and the impact they're having, said University of Hudson communications professor. Yes, these people, they always get these experts for hire. Quite frankly, you'd be surprised. Some of these eggheads, they're just simply happy to be put on camera. They'll say basically anything. Trump is also on Parler, where he reposts the exact same tweets without any fact check warning. Oh my God, our narrative can't counteract his narrative. That's not fair. We are the Borg. You will assimilate your language and your narrative to ours. Damn it. Mays released a statement over the weekend regarding Parler's popularity. People trust Parler because Parler trusts people. We welcome all to join our platform, which emphasizes free speech and open discourse. But the company boasts about tailoring the experience to avoid discourse. Users can even filter and block specific words they don't want to see. Now, this is interesting. You really, our snowflake liberals, they really have no more excuse. Anything you don't want to hear, you can just simply tell the platform that you don't want to hear it. Okay, so you and your delicate sensibilities are now protected. Hmm? Hmm? Aren't you protected now? Hmm? No. That's never good enough for a Borg. Borg aren't content with being Borg all by themselves. They want to make you Borg. Experts who spoke with ABC's 13 warned that listen to this now, this is very interesting. Warned that filling a news feed with only like-minded profiles and no fact-checking is dangerous. Because it creates an echo chamber. Huh? I'm sorry, what? What the fuck? You're accusing Parler of being what Twitter, all of them, Spotify, LinkedIn, they've all been taken over by the radical left Borg. Okay, there is no more free speech. You're literally saying that it is dangerous to have no fact checking and that it'll become an echo chamber. No, that's what you have. Okay? If I post this on Parler, somebody is more than welcome to get on it and say what they want. I suppose they can call me a fat black faggot nigger. And if I don't like that, then guess what? Don't get on Parler. Just that goddamn simple. Okay? But you know what? This fat black nigger has got a iron hide, okay? There really isn't too much that you can call me that hasn't been said already. I'm not your snowflake. And that's what a block button is for. Okay? On this channel and the BitChute, you can disagree all you want. Okay? Angry DA, hey, what's up, man? DA, you say you're in Australia. I don't think so. I tell you what, DA, write down Total Control 871, and I challenge you to hold the piece of paper up next to an Australian landmark. You know, something that's, I don't think you are in Australia. Anyway, but DA disagrees with me. I got others that disagree with me, and you can do that. Some disagree with me more coarsely than others. Sometimes I do get called names. I generally don't block people or ban people just for, being gruff with their criticism and whatnot. But I have people that just simply you're just screaming obscenities. What was it? I had one guy there a couple years ago, porch monkey nigger, da da da. So you're not saying anything. Okay, you're just simply giving obscenities. This is illogical. You're static. You're nothing. You're nothing. Goodbye. Okay? And nevertheless, even though that person did call me all those things, do you think for one fucking second that it hurt my feelings? Hell fuck no. Okay? Total Control is built and made of sterner stuff than that. So, but here they're saying that it's an echo chamber. What do you mean echo chamber? Literally, you're complaining. And this goes to show exactly what I'm talking about in this entire episode. How weak-minded some people are. Because yes, there are people out there who are reading this article and going, yeah, I guess it is an echo chamber. If this is a platform that allows everybody to say what they want, then it's going to become an echo chamber. Clearly, this person does not know what the definition of an echo chamber is. Okay? That's not an echo chamber. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Spotify, they're all echo chambers now. They've all been taken over. Okay? They're all with the liberal agenda, the liberal elite, Silicon Valley agenda, the deep state agenda. All right. Anywho, that's what this was about. I found this to be extremely interesting. Let's see, does it go on to say anything else? I think have changed now considering how fast information gets spread on the internet. I think censorship is important to keep people safe is what our Angela Pam is saying. Censorship. Oh, they got to keep people safe. Oh, Angela wants to keep me safe. Oh, she wants to keep me all wrapped up. Oh, because my widow mind is hacked. Angela's going to be the one to do the thinking for me. Right, Angela? You do the thinking. I can't do the thinking. I'm too fucking stupid now. Hi, everybody. I'm somebody who waits to have their opinion provided to them. That's what our Angela is advocating here. So that's what all this is. Censorship is important to keep you safe. Yes, you sit there like a good little minion, and we'll let you know what your opinion is. All right, guys, let's see if I can get back to full screen or not. Yeah, I made it. All right, guys, that's today's episode, and hopefully you are practicing good mental exercises, thinking for yourself, questioning your reality. I don't know. If you come across Phil Murphy, why don't you ask him why people can gamble 24/7, but they can't order dinner at 11 p.m.? Apparently, that's going to take everybody to their grave. If you order dinner at 10 or 11 or 12, I don't quite understand that. And apparently, Governor Murphy seems to believe that there's these magical winds inside of a bar that are conveyance and it flows, and the wind spreads corona from the bar. Yes, the bar disperses the corona. Oh, okay. The bar disperses the corona. Wow. Zagga-Zoozie, 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 Zim. Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Total Control 871.